Hey guys, Crazy Marty here. We are in the back of the trailer doing a little bit of work, so it's time for a how-to video. Even though with this video here, if you follow my instructions and you get sick or die, it's on you. I have nothing to do with this because what we're putting together right now is a water treatment system. That's right, water treatment system. One where we can pull water out of any creek or any river, stream, lake, whatever, and manufacture water at 3 gallons a minute. That's the key, 3 gallons a minute. All right. So let me go through this system here and show you what I'm putting together and what I'm doing. And just remember, you're on your own if you get sick. All right. I didn't tell you to do this. I consulted an engineering firm to make sure I knew what I was doing and what I was getting myself into before doing this. So here's what we got. Check this out. Alrighty, this is my water line coming in right here. Basically, I'm going to connect this up to a pump system, and I'll be able to pump water up into this system. So it'll come up here. It'll come into this first filtration, this first filter. This is a sediment filter. Now, what it does, it gets rid of all your sediments and stuff. I believe I have a 5 or I think it's a 20 micron, 10 micron, something like that. I have to double check. Then it pumps it out of there, goes over, and it's going to come into this system, into this filter bay. This filter bay will contain a 1 micron absolute filter. So the only thing that'll pass out of there is anything smaller than 1 micron, so itty bitty. Then what it does, it passes into this filter right here, which is a tannin filter. What that does is that'll remove tannins out of the system, because when you're dealing with creeks and rivers, you have tannins like oak leaf tannin and other biologicals that discolor water and add flavors of their own to it, you know, like dead moose. From there it comes back out, it comes around and goes into this filter. This is filter number 4. This will be a carbon block filter. It's a very special carbon block filter I got set up. I'd have to look to see what the manufacturer is on that. Anyways, that'll clear out any of the last remaining flavors and dead moose and things of that nature. There are other filters that I can add into this later on if I feel like it, you know, to get rid of heavy metals and things. Then it comes out of there and it comes down this line right here, and it goes into this system here. Now, this here is a flow meter. So the flow meter, what it does, it detects the flow and it can tell the amount of water that's flowing through the system. This system is designed to operate at 3 gallons a minute. This is a UV killing machine right here. Basically, this will kill off 98% of the biologicals that's in the system. So everything that comes through here that's made it through the filters and it's still alive, it gets zapped in this thing with lots and lots of extremely bright UV rays, because that's what kills it off. So after it comes out of there, it'll then go through this valve system right here. What this valve system does, this automatically shuts down the system if it detects that the UV system isn't properly cleaning. All right, that's very important. If your system quits cleaning, you need to be able to shut it off, because you can't tell if the biologicals are getting through, but this thing can. So if the system's not working properly, it will automatically shut off the valve and close it down. So from there it comes up and it goes into the back of this thing here, which this is a flow meter right here. So I can adjust my flow and get my 3 gallons a minute. Right now this thing will do up to 4 gallons a minute. So this, I can adjust the valve right here to get myself set to 3 gallons a minute or under. All right. This is the control center. This is the comm center for it. This thing here controls everything that goes on. Basically, this is the brain of the system. This other little wire here, this goes and it's going to control the valve to shut it off and things of that nature. Once it comes out of the flow valve up here on the top, all right, out of my flow meter, it comes down and it goes into another flow meter. So in case I have a failure on this flow meter up here, and for some reason something happens and it opens all the way up, this only allows 8 gallons per minute flow. Okay, that's another important backup feature of this system, is to have a secondary backup. So in case something happens up here and it starts flowing more, this thing can detect the flow. It says, oh, we're flowing more than 3 gallons a minute or 4 gallons a minute, 5 gallons a minute. Increase the amount of light that goes into this, keep everything working correctly. Another thing that this thing will also do after killing everything is I can set it up so it'll chlorinate. The dosage that you want to have on your chlorination, sodium hypochlorite is about 5 parts per million. You only want 5 parts per million. Now this, I can set it up so it'll automatically chlorinate, but being that the amounts that I'm doing is so low, getting a pump system to chlorinate automatically is a little overkill. But this wire here connects up into the solenoid valve, so this way it can shut itself off automatically. Like I said, if we go through this and we start having 8 gallons a minute flow, this keeps it from overflowing this system here, because this is only rated for 10 gallons a minute. That's one important thing. Now they make these in different sizes. They make them so they can do the whole house and all that stuff. You got a great big house and whatnot. But when you get into those, then you have a different classification. This is what they call a Class A. All right, there's a Class A and a Class B UV system. The Class B UV systems are designed for water that's already been treated and things of that nature, so there's less biologicals in them and there's less killing that needs to go on. This is a Class A, so this thing will kill everything that goes through it. And that's basically how the system works. Then it runs out of here and it'll go to a hose, which then it'll run it around the backside of my tank, and I'll fill the thing up. So that's my basic system on the water treatment. Now, like I said, if you get into this and you don't know what you're doing, make sure you talk to an engineering firm. I found a firm up in Canada that set this up for me. You know, paid them money to figure out what I'm going to need, what I'm going to have, what I got to do, just to make sure everything's good. This is your life you're talking about. So make sure that when you do your water, you do it right, you do it the first time. Because, you know, basically I have a water treatment system. Same thing that you're going to have coming out of your faucet at home. Except this is a micro version. So, anyways, once again, this is Crazy Marty. I'll talk at you guys a little bit later. Bye-bye.